All right, welcome everybody to the 2022 Stumptown Slosh at Timber Park. Uh, Excited to be running this event on behalf of Stumptown and looking forward to a great Saturday. Event schedule's up. Um, Check-in is going to be from 7 to 7:45. Um, Gates open at 7, so I might give me a couple minutes. I'm going to try and get in a little bit ahead of that, but that's the proposed check-in. Round one is going to kick off at 8 a.m. We're going to go to 11:30. That should be plenty of time to complete a round of timber. We're going to go from 11:30 to 12:15 for lunch. Um, if something happens and we're drastically, cards are coming in really late, we might shift that. But I'm going to try and adhere to that as much as possible. You might want to pack a lunch. Not too sure if you'll have enough time to go into town or not. It's a lot of people probably competing for that same food truck or whatever. So I'd say bring a lunch. Uh, so 12:30, round two begins. We'll have all the hole assignments posted up on the PDGA page. So please check that. And no need to check in for round two. Just be at your assigned hole at 12:30. A little bit before actually. So we're going to go from 12:30 to 4, same time frame. Should be plenty of time to complete the second round. Then after that, give me about 30 minutes to take care of everything in the back, and then we'll do script payout for AMs. Pros we'll be handling that through PayPal. So just make sure you go in and check that the email address that you supplied when you registered is the correct PayPal address. Okay, let's get started with hole one. Hole one, par three, Mando, left of the marked guardian tree. It's pretty common Mando for this hole. If you miss the Mando, I'm gonna have a drop zone marked. And OB, if you land in the parking lot or continues onto the road that's back behind the basket, that's going to be all OB on or over road/parking lot. That being said, talking about the drop zones being marked in the Mandos, I'll be out Friday marking them. So if you get out there Thursday and they're not marked, just go ahead and follow this sheet, and then it's going to be really accurate about where they're going to be placed. So that is hole one. Hole two. Hole two will be in the long position. So double Mando through the two front trees in front of the tee pad. They'll be marked. The only Mando on this hole is going to be in the camp hosts area over that fence. If your disc goes over there, just please leave your disc. We don't want a bunch of people going in there. We'll get it in between rounds. We'll get the camp host to get them out. So please, be respectful of the property in that. The drop zone, it will be directly between the two trees. It'll be marked. But yeah, so that is hole two. Hole three, Mando right of the marked tree. I know the normal marked tree that's a Mando has been taken down, so we're gonna it's opened up a lot of room, but I'm still gonna mark the next tree over as a Mando, trying to protect the people coming in off tee and putting out. So Mando right of the marked tree, OB right. It's going to start with the fence line and continues on to the posts that continue going down the road. So over that is OB. If you do miss the Mando, there'll be a drop zone marked right next to the Mando tree. So that is hole three, and this is in the long position as well. Hole four. So Mando right of the marked tree. That's to protect people coming in from the opposite way in the hole. OB is going to follow the pole line to the right. Other than that, this is also in a long position. But if you miss the Mando, there's going to be a drop zone. Drop zone is not going to be by the tree. It's going to be kind of where you see the DZ, kind of in the middle of the fairway. So if you miss the Mando, look for the drop zone. It'll be clearly marked, and that's where Miss Mando goes from. So that's hole four. Hole five, par three. No OB or anything on this hole. Pretty straightforward. There's enough woods here to keep it difficult. Hole 6, this is in the short left position. So no mandos or OBs on this hole either. So continue on. Hole 7, so it's going to be mando left of the marked tree on the right. That's going to be to protect the people teeing off on 8 and staying out of their way. So if you miss that mando, we'll have a marked drop zone to throw from. Other than that, there's no OB on this hole. So hole 8. So hole 8 is on the long position, and that's the pin position a lot of people refer to it on the road. OB is right, and it follows the post line all the way down. So if you go OB, take it where you went out, and take your stroke and move on. Hole 9, so this is in the long position. OB on or over, OB right, on or over the service road. That's pretty far out there to get there. But if you do find yourself out there, you're OB. And I know the service road can be hard to define where the grass and that starts. So just make sure, give the benefit of the doubt to the player. Right, we're out here to have fun. So the card should be able to come to a consensus. If you can't, take a provisional. We'll talk about it later. The little utility shack that's there. If you go into that building or in that fenced-in area, your OB, again, don't go climbing that fence or anything. Please leave it. Let me know at lunch. I will work with the camp host to get your disc back. So that's hole 9. Hole 10, OB left or over service road. Left on or over service road. Same kind of situation we talked to in the hole before. You can be a little difficult at times, but give the benefit of the doubt to the player. Shouldn't have any issues coming to a card consensus on this one. Also, if you end up in 11's fairway, higher hole gets the precedence, so be respectful and please, use etiquette on that. So, hole 4, this is in a long position, kind of the hill position as they call it. So it's going to be OB long of that in the road, but we're also going to use the fence line starting by number 3's tee pad and going right to protect that fairway. And we'll this little line right here going from there to the road, we'll mark that out. So that's hole 11. It's par 4. This won't be into the position till the day of. The park won't put it in until the day of the tournament. It protects cars and stuff like that. So, something I forgot to mention earlier. We'll either have paint markings around the basket designating circle 1, or in the instance of like this hole, we'll have strings attached to the base of the basket that you can use to pull out and measure if you need to. So we'll be taking care of that on Friday. So hole 12, this is in the long position. Mando right of the marked tree. We'll mark the drop zone next to the tree, so if you miss the mando, throw from the drop zone. OB right, in or over the creek. So again, use your judgment here. The disc needs to be, completely submerged in this case, not halfway touching land. So come to a consensus with the card, but hopefully nobody throws in the creek this whole tournament. That's my wish for all of you. So let's move on to 13. Hole 13, this is in the long position. It appears though I did not change the wording on this hole, so I'm going to go back and do this. But there's no mando on this, and there's no OB. The long position is kind of the one that's back on the hill area. Great position, fun hole, but there's no mando. There's no OB on this. I will update the T sign before I go post them out, but I'm not going to stop the video. I've made it this far without messing up, so we'll continue with this. Hole 14, it is in the normal position. 2 mando trees in front of the tee pad. If you miss them, proceed to the drop zone. That's going to be pretty much between the two. No OBs. on this hole. You know, if somehow you end up, you know, encroaching on 15's tee pad, just once again, please use etiquette with that. Hole 15, OB right on this hole, starting with where the jersey barriers begin, and continuing on to the fence line. The jersey barriers begin, you know, in the short right position. This is the long position, but just follow the jersey barriers and then connect it to the fence line and keep going. So we're just using those for the line. So if it's over, that's OB. Hole 16, you end up really far right, you'll be OB because the fence line over there. Other than that, this is in long position. No other bandos or OBs on this one besides the one far right. So hole 17. Hole 17 is in the long position, so it's really long and left, kind of in one of the walkouts. You can get the beginning of the walkout for to go to 18. So make sure and just make sure it's clear before you tee off. Other than that, no OBs, no bandos on this hole. So let's move on to 18. 18, OB, the only OB on this one is right. There's a fence that's pretty far back in the woods, the wooded area. If you end up over that fence, you know, it's your OB. It shouldn't come into play, but you know, it has at times. So other than that, that's the only thing for this hole. Oops. Hole 19. It seems like my slides are out of order. Hole 19. So OB on or over road. The little kind of graveled area between the road and the jersey barriers, that's inbound. So if you land there, you're fine. Just take it where it is. Other than that, if you throw into the the quarry to the right, again, this is an area. Please leave your disc. I'll work with the camp host and the quarry to get your disc back. We don't want to be good stewards, and we don't want to not represent the community properly. So just please leave your disc there. Let me know during lunch. I will work with whoever I need to get your disc back. So and then hole 20. Hole 20, it's in the long left position. OB right, same thing. On or over the road. If you're on that little gravel between the jersey barriers, you're good to go. OB left. So there's a pole line that starts up here and it continues going straight. Once you get up by the hole, there is the pole line seems to stop. But if you look off to the left, there is another pole kind of at a I don't know, 45-degree angle or something over there. So the pole line will follow that. We'll get out there and put some marking out to help define that. But other than that, that is hole 20. And let me back up to my slide. And hole 21, the only OB on this hole is right if you go in the parking lot. But other than that, this is another hole that's in the long position. And that's it for all the hole rules and so looking forward to seeing everyone Saturday. I will send out an email probably early Friday, maybe Thursday evening, with the password for the digital login. I'll have paper scorecards there in backup, but you're more than welcome to use your disc. If you look on the registration page, I posted a video, showing how to use the digital scoring for those of you that haven't used it before. It's really easy. That's the other thing. Please, it's gotten easier to submit cards, but before you go to lunch, make sure your card is submitted. If it's not, it's going to cause issues, and I'm going to have a hard time, getting everybody shuffled around. So please, make sure everybody looks at the score. You've submitted it. Double check it, and we should have no issues. Other than that, I haven't checked the weather, but I'm fingers crossed this could be good weather. We're not going to have any water or anything out there, so please bring your own water. And this is a slosh series, so come prepared to play some rainy golf. But other than that, thanks for signing up, and we'll see see you soon. If you have any questions, feel free to post them up on the board or shoot me an email to clarify anything here that may not seem correct. So, all right, thanks a lot.